noticed something at the beginning of Cesar Millan's show. And what I noticed was at the beginning, he says that he was born with the ability to, like, communicate with dogs, right? And I thought, you know, I bet that really bothers a lot of people, a lot of trainers. And this is why, is because it is very difficult for the human to understand the canine. And it's clear that people with autism spectrum disorders and people with brain injuries, a lot of times they have a tighter handle on what the animal is saying. They're more in tune with the animal, right? So a trainer that doesn't have a brain injury is at a loss. They're not going to get it as quick as the autistic or the person with the brain injury, right? So for the general population, right, of Americans, right, the average Joe that doesn't have a brain injury or some kind of autism, it would be very hard for them to stomach going into a facility and watching the rehabilitation happen. They won't understand it. It's too much for the American public to take. You know, that's why you really don't see, you know, that his kennel or whatever. I only watch 4 shows, but I bet you it's not all wired up. But I will say this: when he's in there and the camera's on, I bet more accidents happen when the camera's on than when the camera's off. So, human beings, you know, what I'm trying to say is human beings, it's really tough to put yourself in the animal's position. And if you are having a problem with your animal, right, you need to call a professional, because it's unrealistic to think, and most humans do, that they understand the dog. The dog is on every inch of this planet that the human goes. The dog is there, right? And if the human goes to Mars, the dog is going with the human. It's a done deal. But you have to realize that if you think something about a dog, you're probably wrong. If you educate yourself and look at the dog, observe the dog more, right? You can get better at these things. Nothing is set. Nothing is set. You can get better at everything. Everything can improve, and the language skills between you and your dog will improve. But you have to try. If you don't try and you just continue thinking the same way in the set position, you know, your dog's going to be in that area, and that area is no good. Just educate yourself, and if you can't figure it out, if it's not making sense, that makes sense to me. It does. It totally makes sense. Have somebody explain it to you.